Professor Avraham Sela, thank you very much for being here with us at SAIS. Is the Israeli-Palestinian issue in deadlock?
It has been in a deadlock for the last 4 years. And as far as negotiations between the two parties have been actually non-existent. And regardless of the Palestinian willingness, recently even a clear statement that the Palestinian Authority would be willing to contend with a Palestinian state in the West Bank, Gaza Strip and East Jerusalem, even as far as the right of return is concerned, which is a very important and very novel statement. It didn't move the Israeli government, and some of its members even thought that there was something disturbing about what Mahmoud Abbas said, because it was kind of disturbing the peace between the two parties. After all, Israel was quite convenient about the situation where security is well kept and economic development in the West Bank seemed to be quite significant. So why disturbing? Why spoiling the calm between the two parties?
How do you think are economic pressures affecting the Israeli-Palestinian relationship?
Well, there is a clear interdependence between Israel and the Palestinian territories with regard to economy. Israel would be hardly hurt by any collapse of the Palestinian Authority, because the Palestinian territories are a big market for the Israeli produce, the second largest one in the world. And at the same time, the Palestinians are extremely dependent on the Israeli economy. So on the one hand, Israel controls the Palestinian economy. At the same time, the Palestinians are dependent on Israeli fluctuations in terms of prices, in terms of demand and supply. And most of all, Israel holds the tax revenues of the Palestinian Authority, and which gives it kind of a leverage on the Palestinian Authority. So whenever the Palestinians behave, the Palestinian Authority behaves not very much according to the Israeli expectations, there is the ability, at least, and sometimes also the willingness to hold back these revenues.
And how has Palestine's upgraded status at the United Nations affected Palestinians' relationship with Israel?
In the short term, it only worsens the situation, because the Israeli government right now, with its right-wing tendencies, is retaliating almost in punitive measures by increasing the construction in East Jerusalem and the West Bank. And this definitely is not going to lead to anything that would bring the parties closer to each other. At the same time, and this is how the Palestinians have been perceiving themselves for a long time, their power, their potence is not in military or in economic power. Their hope is in the international community and the pressures that this community might put on Israel to make it more open to the Palestinian needs.
Professor Avraham Sela, thank you very much for your wonderful lecture and taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you very much for having me.